Hey guys, what's up? I know I've been lacking on the videos. I've been doing a lot of work trying to get all my odds and ends done before winter. But I wanted to get a video in here. So I'm going to do a little update video on the status of the car. As you can see, I already made a real big change. When I got this car, it came with some bias plies. It actually came on C4 Corvette rims, the turbine style, which are just god awful on these. So immediately got rid of those, put the biases on that he threw in when I bought it. But those were giving me issues because they're bias ply. So I got these for 250 bucks. They're nice center lines. Yeah, they're, not in the greatest of shape. They could use a real good polish and they're never going to be perfect, but that's fine. Obviously the car is not perfect. I just wanted something that is a little nicer to drive around on at higher speeds, especially if I want to go to the drive-in or something like that, that I had to hop on the highway for a little bit. But they are immensely different. I've always heard that the biggest difference you can make in the drivability of a car if you're on biases is to go with a regular radial, and it is insane. The car feels much more planted. There is way less weeble wobble all over the road. You don't notice little bumps and stuff. It doesn't float you around. You feel much more secure, and on top of that, it looks so much faster. Even though it got a 6-cylinder in it, don't open the hood. But I am definitely happy with that. And I got to get at least one new tire for it because it's dry rotting. And I'm a cheapskate, so I'll ride out, all of them until I start seeing signs of dry rot. I have about, in this car, I have like 1/8 of an inch on that side of clearance for these wheels and tires. Over here, we got like 1.5 inches. So the axle is definitely shifted over, or the quarter is probably the axle. But yeah, it's tight over here. Raised whites. What else have I done lately? I've ran probably 2 tanks of gas through the car this season. We're starting to get into winter again. When I got the car, I'm going to have it for about a year soon, which is pretty cool. I started this journey on YouTube, making my first videos, and now I am coming up on a whole year of owning this thing and doing this project on YouTube, trying it out, and I've really enjoyed it, and I want to keep going and keep making videos. I just had to come up with more ideas, I had to buy more cars. Underneath the hood, we have painted the motor. Gone ahead and tuned up the carb because the carb had issues where the choke was way out of adjustment. It was wide open at a cold start. So you had to keep putting starter fluid in it. So I adjusted that. Now it starts, so no problem. I rigged this up. I had to work on it a little more, but I used a Heinz pickle jar for an overflow. I'm going to have to figure out maybe using a copper line and soldering it onto the radiator. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. I just have some plastic lines shoved in there. I haven't had any issues with it overflowing since I got all the air bubbles out and everything after cleaning the radiator, and the numerous times I've taken stuff apart to work on things, like the thermostat and the new 160 thermostat in it, but the thermostat wire is in the water pump. So, of course, I did those on separate occasions, so I've gone through a lot of coolant, a ton. Another good thing you guys should pick up if you're in the north like I am, get yourself one of these. It's an antifreeze tester. It doesn't matter if it's a Blue Point, whatever you got, but those are really good to have because you don't want your block to crack. Freeze plugs very rarely work. So the next direction, next big project on this car, we are going to be putting in new window felts and window guides. All this trim is going to have to get replaced. And then the driver's window will have to get replaced. Because I want to put a headliner in this car. In order to put the headliner in the car, I'm going to have to get that done so the water doesn't get into the headliner anymore and destroy it. When that is done, I would like to get the car in paint, original. This car was painted about 20 years ago with ivory and turquoise. These are the original colors, but it was repainted. Don't care about keeping the original paint. I just painted the fenders, you know, half matching because I didn't want black fenders. When I got the car, they were black if you go way back. So then I'll be able to paint it. We'll be able to get a windshield in it, and we'll really be moving. As far as engine stuff, I want to keep the factory stuff. This is it's a cruiser car. I have a video on my 89 Firebird. That's kind of the hot rod I'm working on. I don't think this car is ever going to be a fast car, just because I don't have the heart to rip the 235 out. If I find an engine or a car with no engine, just a rolling chassis Tri-5, more than willing to put whatever into it. I don't care. But numbers matching, I don't care if it's a 210, 150, damn four-door. I don't want to take the motor out. That's just how I am. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. It hurts me in the soul. So we have aftermarket gauges in there now. They work off the headlight switch. There's a little circuit box in the driver's footwell that has terminals that turn on, so you can do whatever with your electrical. And now the gas gauge works, as well as both of the PSI for the oil pressure and the temperature. The gauge in the dash, for some reason, the temperature isn't working. I don't understand that. But that randomly stopped. And then we also put a new speedometer cable in. So I've gotten a lot of use out of the car. And like I said, this is just a short update video. I have some more stuff coming soon. But wanted to make this and give you guys a little run through what has been going on. Thank you for watching the videos if you've been following along. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.